Hi and welcome to my channel, and in this video I will be transforming this old chair into this tufted chair. So if you are interested, I brought these chairs from OfferUp. I brought a total of 6. The fabric is hideous, but the shape of the chairs is what I really love, and this would be the perfect transformation for what I wanted. So before taking off the fabric, I just examined each chair just to see the layout of the fabric. These are the tools used to take the fabric off. The first thing was to remove the back of the fabric, and by doing this I would have to take the metal strip that holds the fabric to the legs, and be very careful because this strip hurts. I've cut myself a couple of times trying to remove this piece. Once detached, you can start in the midsection. Once that's loose, I went on ahead to removing the fabric that's surrounding the legs of the chairs. And yes, all 6 chairs had fabric around the legs. The good part about that is that each leg was protected, but the removal of the fabric took even longer. This was the longest process, but once all the pieces were removed, I labeled each piece pertaining to the chair. And underneath all that fabric, you have your batter and your foam, which is perfect. This was perfect. Now, since the fabric was covering the legs, I had to fill in each leg with wood filler that I purchased from Walmart. It usually takes the filler 15 minutes to dry, but once that's dry, you can go ahead and sand. And I'm using this sander. You don't have to use a sander, you can use sandpaper, but this does speed up the process. And with using tools like this, please make sure you're wearing your safety equipment. Once all the legs are smooth, I went on to pre-staining the legs with this pre-stain condition. So the stain that I use is the Minwax gel stain in the color black. Again, with doing projects like this or using any type of power tools, please wear safety equipment. I was not wearing any gloves, and that stuff gets everywhere. With staining, you want to apply a small amount and then wipe, but since I wanted a darker look, I let the stain sit a little bit longer and then wiped with the old t-shirt. I did this 3 times, or I did 3 layers, and in between each layer I let it dry for 12 hours. While those were drying, I used 4 of these white boards from the Dollar Tree and made my templates for the tufted chairs. Hobby Lobby had a 25% off all fabrics, so that's where I purchased mines. I brought two, one dark, one light, and both are velvet. And I used the old fabric as an outline for the new ones. With the extra fabric left over, I used them to make my buttons. Yeah, I know they look bad. Please excuse my nails. I was tufting 4 chairs and there were 12 buttons on each chair, so I needed a total of 48. Once done, now it's time to put the fabric on the chair. And these are the tools that I used. This spray adhesive I purchased from Walmart, and I'm just making sure that the batter is sticking to the chair. Once all the batter is on, now you want to add the fabric to the chair and make sure you pull tight. For around the legs, I just folded the fabric and hot glued it to the legs. And for the piece that's dangling, I just stapled it to the cushion of the chair. Once the bottom is done, now it's time to do the top. So I just threaded the upholstery needle through all 48 buttons. I added the template to each chair and hot glued it so it would not move. These are the items used to make a hole through the foam and a batter, which was pretty thick. Although the whiteboard had holes on them, I needed to put holes through the foam and the cushion, and that's where the scissors come into play. I also used a knife sharpener just to make sure that the hole connected with the whiteboard. But after a while, I just used my fingers. My fingers helped out more than the knife sharpener. I continued to do this until I had a total of 12 holes. To the actual tufting part, you want to make sure that the fabric lines up with the chair and it's nice and smooth. With adding the buttons, you want to make sure that it's going straight through the holes that you made previously and also connecting to the board that was added to the back of the chair. The holes made helps add the tufted look to the fabric, but you still want to make sure that you are pulling on the thread of the button and stapling it to the backboard that you added to the back of the chair so that the button does not move. Also make sure that you are pulling on the fabric after each button has been added, just to make sure that it's secured and to give it the tufted look. That's why with tufting you have to have extra fabric. With this, I had to purchase 10 yards just to make sure all 4 chairs were covered. Once this side is done, I moved on to the second step to this fabric, and that's stapling the sides and the back. This is how you would want it to look before adding the back layer to the chair. Also, you can see how the thread was stapled to the board. Now for the back layer, I just folded the fabric an inch and then stapled to the back of the chair, and then I hot glued the sides, first folding the sides and then hot gluing it. The final step is adding the cover layer underneath the chair, and once that is completed, I was finally done. And here are the end results. With doing a project like this, upholstering, make sure that you're only doing one chair and not 6. This was a tedious project, but the outcome was well worth it. The transformation of this chair is just amazing, and it looks like I spent so much money on it. I did not film myself upholstering the other 2 chairs, but if you would like a video, just leave a comment down below. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button down below, leave a comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you will know when I upload a video.